Hi, this is Sifu Dan Ferrera from developingenergy.net, and today I'm going to introduce you to a free exercise designed to teach you a little bit about energy polarity, and so you can start working with the different polarities of the chi or the energy. A good exercise to do that with is an exercise called Breathing of the Universe, which basically deals with kind of the idea of the universe being a breath, that it expands and it contracts, and kind of like the Big Bang Theory, where some infinitesimally small point exploded, and so now heat is the dominant force, and heat expands and expands and expands. But as it gets farther and farther away from that source, it begins to cool. As it expands into space, it gets farther from the heat source and cools, and then cooling becomes the dominant force, which causes contraction. Everything collapses again until that collapse contracts and rebuilds pressure, which then starts to build heat and then starts all over. So it's kind of like a heartbeat of the universe, and they also refer to it as a breath, just like you have an inhale and an exhale. So the way to start this exercise is to have your feet about shoulder width apart. You want to squat. You can look at our free standing meditation videos too, because this is basically a standing meditation type of a stance. And you want your knees bent, you just kind of want to be sitting comfortably. Then you're going to squeeze your hands together, and you want to feel that repelling force, like two magnets. And that's the way most people start feeling the chi, is that repelling sensation. And from that, you're going to inhale and let the energy expand. And it may even feel like it's pushing you back as all this chi starts, hitting the front of your body as you practice the exercise. And then you want to squeeze it, and you're going to feel pressure. And think of it almost like you're just squeezing all this energy into a tight ball, like you would pack a snowball. And you're forcing it back together. So here we're just using the two repelling forces. It's repelling as you inhale and it expands, and then as you exhale and squeeze, it's still repelling. Okay, and you want to practice just this exercise until you're really comfortable with feeling this pressure-like resistance the whole exercise. Just repel, 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 expand, expand, expand. So as you squeeze your hands together, it's resisting, and as you open your hands, it's pushing your hands apart and pushing energy into your body. Okay, the next thing to work with is to start with that same feeling of a ball, but you're going to relax your fingers and let them point at each other. And as you do that, and this is what I found for myself and for most of my students, your energy is going to want to send towards each other, and it's going to start pulling. So now when you separate, you pull apart, it feels like you're stretching rubber bands. It just doesn't want to come apart. So you're going to separate as you inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to feel it pull. And it may even feel like it's pulling your body forward as everything's collapsing. So now you're just working with the instead of the repelling polarity, it's the attracting polarity. So as you separate, it resists you like you're stretching elastic or rubber. And then as you exhale, it pulls your hands together and may even pull your body forward. Okay? So these are the first two exercises. First one, you start all repelling. Feel it expand, feel like repelling magnets. Second one is all attracting. It resists as you separate the hands, and as you exhale, everything comes together, pulls you forward. Okay, then you want to combine the two. So what you would do is you would inhale, let everything expand, and then relax your wrists, point your fingers at each other, exhale, and let everything collapse. And so now you're doing the breath of the universe. It expands, pushing you backwards, exhale, everything collapses and pulls you forward. Okay? So now you're working with both polarities. You're working with the repelling polarity and the attracting polarity. And you can call it like yin and yang, but it's not quite yin and yang. It's really more of the polarity of the energy in your hands, because there's not like temperature differences or anything like that. But it does have elements related to yin and yang. So practice it. These are the three things to practice. All expanding, so that you feel resistance the whole time. Okay, then all attracting, so pulling your hands apart, feels like elastic, and then as you relax on the exhale, your fingers want to come together. They don't want to separate, they want to come together. Then the third exercise is to combine the two. So inhale, everything expands. Then you do the attracting polarity. Exhale, everything collapses. Inhale, expand. Exhale, collapse. Okay, so the reason you want to work with this is because you can do, like for example, if you want to root into the earth, you don't want that repelling sensation, because the repelling sensation is going to push you upwards and it's actually going to unroot you. And a lot of people do Qigong where they just feel that, they point their energy, they think they're getting earth, Qi, which in a way they are, but they're unrooting themselves. Whereas if you did that attracting polarity and sent your energy into the earth, you all of a sudden feel everything going down, your body feels much heavier, and when you lift, it feels heavy. So you want to be able to control the polarity of your hands. So that's it for now. Practice these exercises. Go to developurenergy.net. We have other free exercises there, and hope to see you soon.